You gonna bring him in?
Hey. If you're hearing that song, it's Monday, day.
Chew your food in the mic.
At 8 p.m. Which means it's time for another episode of Effin Rager. I'm your host, Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Ned Gale. Ned, how the heck are you?
A lot better than you, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You all right, buddy?
I'm quite hungover. Very kind of tired one on last night, which leads me to my next question. How was your freaking weekend?
My freaking weekend was pretty good. Went on a bike ride Friday night, the part of the BLM.
Oh, yeah, for Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How was that?
It was a blast. I didn't really do too much of those critical mass things growing up, so it was fun.
I thought that it was a 6-mile ride, and I haven't really used my bike in 3 years, so I decided, no, not today. How long did that bike ride end up being?
About 17 miles, I think. But it was at a slow cruise, and there was lots of stops.
Dang.
So I think you could have made it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. The next day, you definitely would have felt it, but...
You're so loud right now.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Is it because of our brand new mixer?
I think it is, Ned. You were showing me that this thing can do some silly things.
It's cool to have so much more power here.
Oh my God.
We are robots. That's why we have a crazy This is the show now. Beavis and Butthead. Laugh. What else can this thing do?
There's a lot on it. My favorite one here is definitely this money right here.
Ooh, yeah, let's speak
a little bit more in our
true voices. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome here to F in Rager.
Yeah.
Comet's hot. What's going on here?
Let's see.
The Unimuncher.
The Unimuncher.
Oh, because I was eating my carrot
into the microphone.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, we're back to normal here.
Okay.
Make sure it's not just like blowing out the audio. We're good. And this is hot. This rules.
Yeah.
How about you? How was your freaking weekend?
It was pretty decent. I didn't really do much of anything at all. Slept a lot on Saturday.
I'm not going to eat these carrots on the mic.
Oh.
As I'm
Is that a bad idea?
Yes.
And then yesterday, it was Father's Day, and I also got to try a new secret whiskey that may be hitting stores soon.
Secret whiskey.
That's very strong.
What separates this from other whiskeys? What makes this
It's like
whiskey X?
50 proof,
Okay.
which is, I think normally it's 23 proof is like normal whiskey.
I don't know enough about whiskey.
I
I'm
don't
sure
either.
someone in the
either.
comment.
I know that this one will mess you up. What do we got here? People, hey.
What's up?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming in. So we've got this cool mixer. We're hoping to do a lot of wacky things with it.
Yeah, I want to do some wacky stuff with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
The wackier the better.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
agree.
Yeah. And then we also have, let's see here. Now it's my turn.
Yeah. Give it some juice.
Oh, get this. So this is the radio voice effect. I don't think it really.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Does it sound like I'm in an old-time radio?
Actually, it kind of does.
Sounds like a radio.
That's just in.
This just in. This show is still just as boring as it ever was, but now sounds different.
Is it supposed to be crackling like that?
No,
I think that's our headphone mixer. We got a cheapo headphone mixer. A good this, but a bad this.
So, dang it. Okay, that really bums me out. That was $20.
$20. What would you expect to get audio-wise?
Are good mixers more expensive than $20?
Yeah, they're about $200.
Fuck me.
Like the headphone thing we use at KPFT, I think is like a $300 unit or something like that.
Speaking of KPFT,
yeah,
tonight will be the last time that Effin Rager broadcast on KPFT.
Are we broadcasting right now?
We are.
Oh, okay.
If you're listening to this show live, you're hearing what we have to say. But if you're listening to KPFT, you're hearing the rebroadcast of the Audio Jones show. That was the thing, that we had to basically, we couldn't go live on KPFT anymore.
Yeah, now that we were going live at home, we were just too freaking unhinged. They wouldn't let us stay on the air.
Yeah, they said, could you edit out the curses? And I went, fuck you. Just kidding. I would never speak that way to Bobby.
Hell no.
Yeah, I love we obviously love our KPFT family. We wish them all the best, and I think that they're a organization worthy of your money if you're looking to donate.
Absolutely. They gave us the tools we needed to start and to slowly build our home studio at
Yeah,
home.
hey, actually, they didn't give a shit. We
no,
built
they
our
didn't.
home
And every
studio.
time we showed up, there was more pieces missing, so I had to buy stuff to take to the studio. But that's because
You're
they
right.
don't have enough money, so you should donate money to KPFT so they can buy more of these adapters because they're always gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they won't miss us. Look, I'm so hungover, and I just want this to go away. What's going on?
Glassio are saying that $200, that's 2 months of my house rent, which is insane to me. Our rent is way more than that.
Wait.
I'm jealous of your rent. That's our turkey friend, right?
Rent in Turkey is... Hang on a second.
Wait, is that USD?
I know that, like, yeah, because the Turkish lira, I know, was bupkis for a bit. Like, with $10, you could be a millionaire.
He says yes.
Wow.
Also, I like this hot tub idea in KPFT.
Put a hot tub in KPFT. I'm down for that. I'm down to fill it with ranch. I'm down to make a dipping tub.
Is that going to solve any of the electrical problems they already have going on there?
It'll solve their dipping problems that they have going on there. The lack of dip.
Yeah, what's with that?
What is with the lack of dip these days?
Sweet merciful crap!
Get
Sorry,
some
I
dip,
just
you
wanted to hit
drip.
that. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm in.
Wait. Glass, you were saying something about Turkish lira.
$1 equals 6.5 liras these days.
Nice.
What a coincidence. $200 is 2 months of my turkey budget.
500 liras plus 70 liras for the cleaning.
Dang, that's a good deal.
Wow.
We should move to Turkey.
Should we?
We've got a fan over there.
Yeah, we know people. Do they take care of y'all in Turkey? Do you get like health care and like money from the government?
Whoa.
What's he saying?
Monthly minimum wage is 2,250 liras. Wait,
Wow.
monthly. Yeah. That's great.
Turkey sounds nice.
Wow, yeah. What are we doing in this joke hole?
Yeah, we live in a bupkis country. And he said, healthcare and education is free here? God damn it.
Well, we have this mixer.
That's right, and expensive education.
we spent our check on this mixer.
We did get a nice little COVID. Here you goes.
Did you see that Harris County's doing one now too?
Wow, 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 wow.
Harris County's doing a oh boy, I should have read the whole article before I brought this up on the show. There's some emergency fund that you can apply to if you're still unemployed in Harris County.
Go ahead and spread that news around without verifying. We got another one. Oh, hey, no politics. Keep politics out of there,
Get
JK to AK. We don't need to. We don't need to. Oh. Oh, well, there you go. So, I'm hungover. I want it to go away. Ned, do you have any ideas to help my hangover?
I could try making my voice sound even more obnoxious if you think that would help you out.
Let's see.
If like
Only I talked like this the whole show. Would that do anything for you?
So loud.
That's not getting you.
man,
Oh
I need
no.
to cover my ears.
I love that. No, if you need, do you want me to? I can help you throw up in the bathroom real quick. We could take 5, and I could shove my fingers way down your throat, maybe 3 knuckles.
That'd be great if I could get 4 knuckles deep.
1,
Of
2,
puking.
3. Yeah, I'd have to get down. I guess does the wrist count as a big knuckle? I'm realizing there's not 4 here.
All joints are really just knuckles.
Guys,
Your
sound off
elbow's
in
a
the
knuckle.
sound off in the MF chat. Are wrists knuckles, or are just most joints knuckles?
Are knuckles sandwiches?
I turned around and there's like a great conversation going on about turkey. And we're like,
Oh,
are
yeah.
fingers knuckles?
Are Jack and Emma going off about Erdogan or something?
No. For a man until 25-year-old, healthcare is free. Education is free until you finish your master's degree. And you can get scholarship if you're lucky. Healthcare is free for women until they get married. Oh.
Then they got to pay for it.
Okay, I like this. If you crack them, they're knuckles.
Ooh. FKZO, I don't know who you are, but welcome to the chat.
Well, my friend, I think you might actually know who that is very soon, but we'll get back to that after I make you throw up.
All right, let's do it.
While we do that, guys, we're going to show you a quick informational video on how to deal with hangovers. We'll be back soon.
Enjoy it. It's like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Holds up.
Yep,
Holds up.
still good. Well, guys, welcome back to our show. Connor, you're looking way better.
I feel amazing.
Yeah, and my fingers smell terrible.
Yes.
But guys, speaking of amazing, I want to introduce your...
Not so
The
easy,
segues
is
aren't
it?
that easy. I'm seeing it now. Speaking of amazing, tonight we have on one of my favorite people in the entire world. I would say a Houston punk rock legend in the making, because you're still performing. A man who could pull off the crop top better than anyone I know. And just a freaking DIY punk princess. Welcome to the show, Theo.
Hey.
Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for being here.
How you doing today, man?
Chilling. Keeping it going.
Having a solid Monday. Do you work today?
Yeah, I've been working this whole time that everyone's been off or been staying at home and whatnot.
What
Yeah.
industry are you in?
I work in marketing,
Ooh.
Right
like
on.
online marketing, pretty much. So
Okay. Did that mean you have to go into an office?
I used to go into office, but I get to work remote now, so that's
Hell
kind of
yeah.
cool, but also it's kind of not cool because I feel like I'm like losing whatever time it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I asked Theo like Friday night or Saturday night. I was like, "Hey, you want to be on the show tomorrow?" And he's like, "What show are you talking about?" I was like, "Effin Rage." He's like, "Isn't that on Mondays?" I was like, "What day is it?" It's been bad, and we talked about this for a minute. It's like the fact that we're not playing shows, something that I think you and I both spend like most of our week doing at a normal time.
Yeah.
Like without that
Like,
structure there, I have no clue what day it is.
Yeah, playing shows and also going to weekly practices is like I go to practice on this day, so I know that it's this day because of tomorrow I got to do this, or I just did this the other day and now I'm not doing any of that, so it's like nothing matters.
Yeah.
Have you been finding opportunities to perform or play?
I haven't played anything probably since March, so I mean I've also not been looking to play anything
Yeah.
specific. So.
Do you remember the last show you played pre-COVID?
The last show I played was like 3 days or like maybe like a week before everything got locked down. It was actually a Kalen Rose show that
nice.
a shout out to Red Dwarf, a local venue.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Red Dwarf's their big opening's happening July 1st. Their soft opening. Pretty cool.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some coffee there. I'm still not sure if I'm ready to go to any shows. I don't know if they're hosting any shows or anything, but
I think they said they're not doing shows.
Okay,
I think
cool.
I don't know, but I want to say that I saw that they said they're not doing that.
gotcha. Well, still very exciting. That's another coffee place next to us, which I'm stoked about. Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Red Dwarf is cool.
It's gonna be a
I
tight.
still haven't been able to see anybody perform there. But I'm really, really looking forward to checking it out. Sean's a real sweetie pie, so I definitely want to support the guy.
Can we talk bands real quick? Let's just go down the list of like what you're active in right now, because
Okay.
I don't know what bands you're in. At any time I run into you, so Theo and I played in a band together called Total Nightmare. We still technically are together, please. We just haven't played in since Daikaiju was here last year. I think it was the first time we're like, all right, boys, we better get back in the van.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, dang.
Fuck. Now I'm bummed out I missed that show. Theo, I have to suffer through a lot of Ned's projects, but Total Nightmare, I know he's got the swimwear shirt on. I love swimwear department, but Total Nightmare is definitely my favorite band here in Houston. I love it. Please come back and perform again.
Maybe one day, hopefully soon, when if anything ever gets back to normal, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not jumping to go to any practice spaces. I think that's like the last location I'll visit.
Especially Francisco's, that's already a problem in itself before COVID-19. So
or Francisco's might be at the point where it's like a hyper immune area where it's like so much disease already like embedded in the walls. There's cockroaches coming like out of the toilet. Like,
dude, I found a cockroach in my amp. It actually killed my amp. No joke. It sparked it and killed it, and now the amp does not work anymore at all.
And the worst part is that Roach has a career as a noise musician.
I've seen there's like a big thing of bugs ruining electronics.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that photo of the like ants and printers. Hang on.
Ants and printers? Wait, I can pull
I'm
it
gonna
up on the
find this
screen
up.
for the... Oh, do you have some...
Yeah, they like to move into printers due to the sweetness and smell of the taste of the ink. Oh, all right. How do I send
Never
this?
heard that.
As someone who's worked in printing, Theo, have you ever wanted to just eat the ink?
Never.
Does it seem sweet to you or anything? I'm not accusing you of being an ant.
Wow.
No, but to the original question, what musical projects are you currently involved in? Or I guess, what are active at the moment?
I guess Dog Reality, which is the last show that I played at Kalen Road. It's like a punk band. That's the easiest way to probably explain that. and then emo band, screamo band called Hibernation State, and that band hasn't played a show. Well, I don't even know when. But that band, and then I guess Soul Nightmare, and then I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own side project thing that I'm working on, but it's not really revealed at all yet.
See, first time I've heard about this. Another project. I feel like every time I run into you, you're like, I'm playing with some new people. This is what the band's called. And then like I'll see you on tour like a week later with that band or something. Like,
there were a couple people that reached out to me that asked me to play with them recently, but like you said, I'm not really trying to go. They wanted to go to the docks, which is just as bad, and I was like, I don't know if trying to go to the docks. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's probably just as bad as Francisco's.
The docks? Where's the docks?
By the water.
It's
right?
near. It's near St. Arnold, where Walters used to be.
Oh, like Texas Music Studio? Is that what it's next door to Donkey Paw?
Yeah, everyone calls it the docks, though. That's all I know.
I should start. That's where I rent now. I should start calling it that.
Oh, okay.
What do I call my place?
That place is dirty. It's
The place
dirty
is
and scary.
Yeah.
Right. We switched rooms. Like we left Francisco's to go there. Probably like days before COVID like was like really hitting the city. So like I think like first week of it, we went to go bring all of our equipment in there in masks. We like took turns going into the room, and then we all ran out. I don't think anyone's been in it since. Like, man, it sucks.
I mean, it's a cooler spot than Francisco's for sure, but it's still just as sus.
It's any practice room is just kind of dingy. It's the nature of it.
Can I ask, Ned, you Swimwear did a couple of live stream shows. How have y'all been practicing for those?
We haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, we had like 2 gigs that were like one Old Humble Distillery reached out to us and gave us like a little money to go film it, and the other Discover Green one had like a pre-filmed one, and both times we're like, we have no way of practicing like comfortably before this, so we're just gonna show up and like try once or twice and then go for it. I don't know.
Well, it's so much. Y'all kind of, once you play with the band so much, you kind of have it. So you don't really need to, especially when y'all play.
Yeah, I know Total Nightmare just completely stopped practicing for a little bit because we were literally playing shows. Satellite Bar had us on like a retainer for any time a fan dropped out. Like, you guys want to open again?
Pretty much. I was joking and calling us that. I think I was calling us the house band. I think they were also calling us the house band.
That's fine. I mean, that's not a bad house to be the house band for.
Theo, what was your first band?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I want to answer that. Okay. Actually, I won't say what the genre was, but the first band that I was in was with Billy Trim. So I know he's friends with you guys. Yeah.
Oh,
Back in
I
high
know
school.
what band it is.
Yeah,
I think I know.
I mean, it wasn't a bad band, but I mean, we were all young.
Yeah. Everybody's done a Weird Al cover band before. It's all right. Okay, so I totally forgot that you knew Billy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which is, hey, that's the thing. Once again, bringing back to how this show works, Effin Rager, I think we all have these different communities that we're part of that all end up just kind of running into each other because we all play shows together. And I mean, Theo, I think you are the most true to that theory of partying makes us collaborators. Is I met Ryan at a show. Ryan, our friend who lives in Arizona. And the next day, he was like, "Hey, I saw that you like surf music. Let's start a surf band." And you were at practice, and I met you.
Yep.
and then flash forward, what do we have? 2 practices for that band.
Wait.
Yeah.
So this
I
is
haven't heard this.
This is a
origin
different
story.
surf band
Y'all were in a different surf band?
called Pink Fluid. I think was the working name.
I hated that name so much. Y'all fought me on it. You and Ryan.
It's such a gross name, but the wordplay is so goddamn funny.
I mean, I get it. I just
yeah.
Is Connor looking it up because there's no music ever anywhere.
No,
No,
I think it's-
I'm engaging the chat. I'm asking people in the chat
Okay.
to sound off about any bands that they might have been in.
First bands experiences.
Yeah.
But
Or
no-
Okay.
yeah, you know, I like the chat, but people keep talking about Turkey. They're going off about Turkey right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so you also are into printmaking, and Ned mentioned in your intro that you're a DIY punk prince. So, can you tell us a little bit about how involved you are in printmaking and that scene and that process?
Okay. Yeah. I primarily only do screen printing.
Mhm.
I haven't done it in a while since. I mean, I moved recently, so I was printing out of Donkey Paw for a while, 'cause that's where I learned. Because I don't even know, like maybe 5, 6, 7. I don't even know how many years at this point now.
Yeah.
But I made my first design that of the St. Joseph building, the
Actually,
upside down cross.
I have it
building.
right here.
It wasn't upside down, but I made it upside
for
down.
the audience. They can
Yes,
see it
that
right
design.
there.
So I
This-
made that. I went to Donkey Kong, got them to do that, and at that point, I didn't know how to screen print at all. And one day, I was just like, man, I really want to know how to screen print. So I went in there and I just said, hey, don't need any interns. And he's like, not really, but if you want to clean screens, you can kind of do that and kind of learn your way through there. And
Okay.
that's pretty much how I started learning how to screen print.
Man, that's the way to do it. It's just like, hey, can I help? Like, can I just watch what you're doing? And that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say no.
Randy's been a fantastic. I mean, Randy did these shirts for us, and he did a fantastic job with
Yeah,
these.
those look great.
But he seems to always be super down to help out bands, is super down to like help out the scene. He hosts shows at the print shop every once in a while. And the very first Total Nightmare shirts we ever did, we screen printed. I think you made the screen at. Oh wait, did you print them at Donkey Paw? Or did we print them at the house? I can't remember.
I was working at Donkey Paw at that time, so
Okay.
I actually printed them at the shop.
That's right. And then we shot them with bleach at the house the next day to make them like, ooh, yeah.
And then the next design, I also got that screen from Randy, and then we printed those at your house.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Those custom tie dye shirts. Oh, I should have grabbed one of those. Dang it! I was trying to grab all your merch that I had.
Speaking of merch, you've got a new design out, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna put it on the screen for the people watching. So I've got the sticker up right now, Theo. You want to explain what we're looking at here?
Like it's just kind of laggy. I'm looking. I got a Twitch setup over here.
I see. You're looking at. You got double monitors here.
Okay.
Now it's up.
So yeah. So this design, I printed this, or not printed this. Well, it's a sticker now, but I made this design probably like about a week and a half ago. I mean, obviously most people who are watching this know about a lot of the recent events of Houston, or not Houston, but just in the world, and especially United States, with police brutality and Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
And whenever the first major one happened, because you had Breonna Taylor, you had Ahmaud Arbery, and then right after that you had George Floyd, and right after that was pretty much like, I mean, the other ones didn't necessarily have videos like that, and George Floyd did have a video, and so everyone, that's kind of was like the last straw that, and everyone pretty much was like, enough is enough. And so after that, I was I was marching pretty much anytime there was a march in Houston, I was there. And that's not trying to say like, oh, I'm trying to brag or anything too on horn. It's part of the reason I made this. But so the big march in Houston, I can't remember when it was, like June 3rd or June 2nd, something like that. Everyone came out and they had a huge thing, and 60,000 people. And then after that, it kind of felt like everyone kind of just like gave up, and not necessarily in the United States, but in Houston. And so after that, like a week later, they had the vote for the police budget, or just a budget in Houston, but they were voting for the police budget, and a lot of people were trying to boycott and say, hey, we really think we need more time in this. We want to like discuss this, especially like everyone's kind of more accepting of the idea of defunding the police. And so they're saying we need to push this back and see if we can figure out something to do. And Houston was just like, nah, we're not budging on this. And so that morning, a lot of people showed up to City Hall when they were going to vote, and they were outside protesting. There was like, hey, this is what we need. This is what we need. And you could hear I was looking on Twitter. You could hear the chants so loudly within the room where they were voting at.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, and so they went through and they voted on it. They went ahead and said that no, we're going to approve the budget. We're gonna increase it by $20 million. And I mean, it's really crazy because there were like maybe like 2 or 3 of the city officials who were backed by the police. So it was a given. They were going to do it anyways. We never had not to say we never had a chance, but they weren't going to budge. Pretty much like a week and a half later from that date, it was June 19th. And I originally made this design because I was going to try to organize some sort of event, but I was like kind of feeling like I was spinning my wheels. I wasn't really feeling like I was finding any kind of event. And you mentioned you went to the Black Lives Matter solidarity ride for critical mass, and once that kind of went up, I didn't want to do anything and coincide with that and try to maybe like take away from that event. And eventually, I just said, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw this graphic online and just fucking see what happens. Because I mean, I was like, better than just letting it sit on my computer, especially like this. Like, so I was like, fuck it, whatever. If it does something cool, if it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
a hell of a design. It sends a message, baby. And we got it. We have it here on a shirt coming soon, right? Ooh.
Yeah. So 2 things actually. I just want to say, I mean, I know there's many people, a lot of people watching, but whatever. Anyone who is watching, I just want to say that it's fucking cool. The stickers got released on Saturday, and I'm looking at the orders. I haven't seen any orders out because it rained today. I was gonna do it today, but the stickers are already raised $200. And that's fucking cool. And shirts are actually live on the website now. They're not printed yet, but I put the order in to get them printed, so they're available to be ordered until next Tuesday, the 30th.
They were about to say next 30 minutes. I was like, get on.
No.
You can see that link right there, and I think Connor's typing it in the chat right now. And you said you've raised $200. What are you doing with the money for that?
So the stickers are gonna go to restoringjustice.com. That they're an organization that focuses on giving the community, people who can't afford legal like attorneys and legal representation, and they believe that that's the best way to kind of help decrease mass incarceration. Because there's a lot of people who just like, they kind of they get fucked by the system because they just don't have the money to hire defense, especially like if it's for something so petty, so small. A lot of people can just, if someone can get charged with the same thing who has the means to get representation or any kind of like legal representation. But it says the same thing twice, but they might have the means to get that, and while someone else doesn't, and they can get off of like, they can get a slap in the wrist, or they can get it like knocked down or whatever. And some of the people just end up sitting in jail just because like they're just like, I can't afford this, or whatever the reason is.
Yeah, so they've made it a pay-to-play system that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So Restoring Justice tries to curbside that, and they also is cool because they also say that they provide therapists who also will help and like aides or people who will also go through the system with them and go through the process and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool. And also they were also donating and helping a lot of with the people who got arrested for peaceful protesting. A lot of people got arrested on that, and that was bullshit. Like hundreds of people got arrested on that. Yeah.
So what was this organization called again? I'm sorry.
Restoring Justice.
Restoring Justice. All right.
And they're a Houston organization. They serve other parts of Texas too, but they're primarily Houston, Texas based.
Awesome. Yeah, he's putting the link right there. I think coming in.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up,
chat.
and I'll give some information to everybody. Oh, yep, got it right here. RestoringJustice.org.
Man, I'm gonna have to add another Theo shirt to my arsenal. I couldn't find. I have that carry one somewhere else too. Of the.
Oh yeah, the
ones.
windshield.
Did you do
Which
that
one?
in school? Yeah, the windshield one. Did you do that for a school project or something? Am I remembering that weird?
Yeah, it's for a school project.
Sick.
Where'd you go to school, if you don't mind me asking?
University of Houston. I got a degree in digital media. Sad that I had to think about that.
Because really, let's be fair. Any employee is just hearing like, I got a degree, and they're like, cool. I don't give a shit what it's in. Like,
pretty much. I've seen that's how it feels. I'm like, everyone's just like, oh, all right.
Nobody wants to hear about my fucking degree. It's so obnoxious. What did your degree in, Ned? What did you get?
I'm a Bachelor of Fine Arts, my friend.
You got a BFA.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm not knocking you.
It always sounds funny to be like, I have a BFA.
Oh man, we got a question I don't really understand.
We're getting a big question. People are asking it all over the chat. Theo, is this the year you break edge?
Oh man. Yeah, there's been some times. There's been some times this year. We'll see how it goes. I'm holding on strong to that edge. I just turned 30, so I'm on that triple X here. So I don't know if I can break it to triple X here. That's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I can do that, but maybe next year.
What? What is this? I don't get.
He's 30 years old. So triple X, 3 X's, Roman numerals, freak.
Yeah, I know that. I just don't know what it means to break edge.
Oh,
is this a sex thing?
Theo, could you please explain?
Okay, so straight edge is no drugs, no alcohol, and no promiscuous sex. I don't do promiscuous sex. I'm not gonna judge other people who do, but whatever. Anyways, but that's pretty much what it is. Okay. That's the 3 X's, but some people try to cut out the last X because they don't want to. They don't want to abide by that. I mean, whatever.
Hey man, I only got 2 X's for 2 hands. I think some people get a misconception about straight edge people, about them being kind of. Well, I've met some militant straight edge people who are. I don't know. I feel like you're the most tolerant, wacky straight edge person I know, and I only say wacky because you're constantly grabbing people's beers and going, and then.
I was typing a text to you earlier. Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yeah, go on. You texted me earlier. Yeah.
I was typing a text earlier to you, and then I deleted it because I was like, "This is ridiculous." But I'll say it. I was gonna say, if there was a vote for the king of straight edge partiers, I'd probably be up there somewhere at some point.
I think so. I asked you to be on the show, and you're like, "Yeah, get the straight edge guy to be on a show about partying." And I was like, the last time I saw you was outside of a party, and you were swinging a switchblade just out by outside. I walked out. I was like, "What the hell?"
Wait. So we've got about 15 minutes left of the show. In this time, Theo, can you tell me what is straight edge partying and what does that look like?
Man, I don't even know how to explain that. For one, a big part of straight edge partying for me is making fun of y'all drunk people and getting videos and just incriminating you. I mean, honestly, it's weird. Whenever I'm with I guess it's when I'm with my friends who are drunk, it's kind of like I feed off that energy, and not like I'm like a vampire, but just like I'm just like I get like just as hype as everyone else does. I don't know. I mean, I've never been drunk ever, so maybe that kind of I don't know, but I mean, it's weird. But I have a lot of crazy stories. Oh, go ahead.
I can buy that because of getting a contact high, something that people have talked about, something that I have experienced myself being around people smoking weed. Just that goofy vibe kicks in, and you're like, well, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, and I'm having fun, so I might as well just go with the flow. If everyone's drunk and having a bad time, then I definitely don't want to pick up on their energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You said okay, so you said you've had a lot of crazy stories. I've seen you at so many like different parties. Talk to me. Give me some party stories. Let's shoot the shit. That's what the show's about, baby.
Let me see. I mean, House of Creeps definitely
Oh boy.
is like, man. I know they don't call it that anymore. I don't know what they call it now,
I
but
think it's Atomic House is the rebrand.
okay.
Yeah.
So Atomic House, we'll go with that. So probably the craziest one I've ever seen was when I was at a show there in July 4th, like 2015. There were some bands playing, and it got wild. They started popping off firecrackers inside.
Oh wait.
And then-
Before we go further, let me explain House of Creeps to the listeners. So
Okay,
House of
go.
Creeps is a house venue that used to be in the Third Ward. It was a house that they completely trashed, and their landlord wasn't mad about trashing. He was just mad that it turned into a business, so he kicked them out, and they moved into this like party apartment. Like, what would you even call that place? It's a
It's
party
weird.
loft with like a hot tub in it and a small
In the
room.
kitchen.
Yeah,
Hot
the
tub in the
kitchen is wacky. Yeah, oh yeah, the hot tub is in the I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such just a bizarre place. And they called it House of Creeps because the guys who ran it were fucking creeps.
Yeah, they were.
But yeah, no, tiny house venue. Like the room where the bands played was maybe the smaller of the rooms in the whole building. Like, I don't know.
I feel like I've asked this before, but is the House of Creeps connected in any way to the House of Discord? I went to one party at a place
don't
called the
think
House
so.
of Discord, and it was weird. I didn't like it, man.
I've never heard of House of Discord. I don't know if they're the same.
I've never heard of that either.
Houston House Show heads, sound off in the chat. Okay, so people are throwing fireworks at this show, which is insane because like there's nowhere to like walk to get out of the way.
Yeah, and so then somehow it well, I think the people who lived there at the time kicked everyone out, like out of the living room, and then I just remember being on the porch, and then there was a bunch of people who had what is that thing or Roman candles, the one that shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So somehow a war broke out in the street. When I say a war, I mean like it was like there was like one side of the street and then the other side of the street. I'm gonna put my hands in the camera. So one side of the street and the other side of the street. And then they were just shooting Roman candles like back and forth. All you could see was just going back and forth. And I was like, what the fuck?
That sounds
dude?
insane.
It was like,
I hear about people having Roman candle fights all the time. Does it hurt to get hit by? Have you been hit with a Roman candle?
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts. What are they shooting at? Is it a paper ball that's just on fire, or?
I think it is just a paper ball that's on fire.
I got our rules.
But it's got to have something in it because it also pops.
Yeah.
But yeah, fireworks hurt, dude.
That's
They're
horrible.
tiny little explosions.
Did it seem like one side won, or is it like real war where there's no winner?
it looked like there was no winners, honestly. It looked like it just was going off for like 5 minutes and then it just stopped.
The only losers was House of Creeps having to clean up. Well, that's not true. They didn't clean up anything there.
No.
I rode my bike by there like 2 days ago, and it's just so like I know there's different people living there, but like just seeing it in the daylight, it's so like off-putting.
Yeah,
It's-
I never used to, well, there was a period of time where it was kind of cool. Some of the people live there, and so I did go there in the daytime, and yeah, it's a totally different vibe because
It's-
people live there. They actually
yeah,
like there's
it's a
rooms
house.
upstairs and like
Yeah.
bedrooms and bathrooms, and it's really weird.
Man, that's a weird thing with house venues. I guess the culture behind like man, I can't think of their name. Christmas Island, I think is like among the best house venues in Houston or
Oh, yeah.
ever because they take care of their house and they're fantastic hosts.
Yeah, they really are. They cook every time there's a show. They always cook. Always.
oh
If
my
I've never been to a
gosh.
show, then they not cook. They always cook, and they make sure that everyone can eat it.
Yeah, it's always like a vegan pasta that
Wow.
everyone can. Yeah, it's man, that's great. As opposed to like a lot of other house venues where what's that place on Alabama that we played at one time?
Oh my god. La Playa.
Yeah.
That place is like,
I don't even know if you can call that a
I
house
don't-
venue, a lab venue.
I would if I were to give La Playa a description. This is the description. I would call it the rejects of Francisco's all go there.
Rahul
That's
called
what-
La Playa meth heaven.
I mean, that was Francisco rejects of meth heaven. I mean, it seems like it's one the same.
Man, I just remember that was one of the few times. I don't know if we've had this with comedy, but we've had this once or twice. But we showed up at the venue, and we got there like, hey, so should we just load in around the back? And the guy was like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "Oh, we booked a show." And like, no one told me that.
Oh yeah, Magic Time Machine in San Antonio.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because then we also have to stand around while there are people dressed up with fucking Shrek and shit, delivering mozzarella sticks.
Have I told you about this place, Theo?
No.
So there's
I love this venue.
there's a restaurant in San Antonio called Magic Time Machine, and it's a restaurant that's in an old like 60s hotel, but they've knocked down all the walls, so it has like the weird, I guess, like deco design of it, but then they've made it just look fucking wacky, and like the theme of it, of the servers is just like
Disney or
character from
yeah,
media. Like
yeah,
like
you
there's
had
one
like
person.
a Nacho Libre.
Yeah, there's like a Shrek, and then like after that is like Jim Morrison, and then there's like like it's like such a weird smattering of like real and not real. I don't know, but point being, in the basement is a venue called Magic Tiger, or Mad Tiger,
Blind Tiger.
Blind Tiger. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's called Blind Tiger. That's a comedy venue that looks completely different. It is a completely different vibe. So if you like do a comedy show there, you walk in, you're like, what the fuck is this? And then you go downstairs, you're like, the fuck is this?
It's the most magical place
Yeah,
I've ever
and
performed.
it's like a good venue.
The greatest part about it is I think it was the Nacho Libre guy. We watched him just like defeatedly get onto his motorcycle and go home after his shift, and you just saw this guy in a Nacho Libre outfit, like.
I definitely saw a guy like in a Shrek costume, like getting the grease off his face. He still had green hands. Just like he's like smoking a cigarette.
Oh, Valdivia is saying, I played a show there. Shrek was there, and so was Surly Snow White. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's in a bad mood as well.
So instead they got a generic superhero that was just a girl in red spandex and a mask.
Man,
I was like, I don't know, I'm a hero. Just let me work. Like, I don't want to be a server.
I was thinking about the straight edge partying that Theo was talking about earlier and how fun it sounded. This is a pivot away from Magic Time Machine, but just to think of the Christian youth group's enemies isn't the devil, it's straight edge, because it shows you can have fun without drinking, drugs, promiscuous sex, and not have to deal with going to church.
And you don't have to deal with God.
I was like, where's he going with this?
Oh, if you rewind the
That's right.
tape about 10 minutes, you'll see this moment where I just go, and then I just kind of think about it a little bit. That's where it came from. I sat on it for a bit.
Oh, damn it.
Listen, we're almost about out of time, and we have one more segment after this. But before we go, are there any things you wanted to say or final words for our listeners or for us?
Yeah, I guess the only thing, I mean, I don't really have anything to promote. I have like a lot of personal
We're not getting
like
into
projects that I
promotions
usually...
yet. No promotions yet. That's the next segment.
Yeah,
But if you have
our
anything you
final
want to
segment.
say,
Sorry.
It's very
I don't know. You took the one out of myself. And I don't know. I was gearing up for it.
Admittedly, it is kind of a flawed segue. I mean, like, our final segment. Do you have anything that you definitely need to get out?
let's just get to the final
And then we
segment.
say like, "Oh no, shut the fuck up." There are.
Okay, into our final segment.
Yeah. Oh man, I can hear it.
Okay, this one.
What do you plug? Tell us what's going on. Tell us all the stuff you're doing after we sing this song. All right, that's our plug song. Do you have anything you'd like to plug, Theo?
So, like I said, I have my own personal projects, music stuff, and all that. But I really feel like that's not really important right now. And so the main thing I'm focusing on is keep the pressure on Houston. That's not what I was going to call it, but I guess that's what it's called now. But yeah, so that's the main thing that I'm focusing on. Like I said, shirts are now live for order. That I actually haven't even announced that on my Instagram yet. So I'm going to announce that tomorrow.
That's right. You heard it here first on Effin Rager.
A first-time drop.
Yeah, so that's go. And stickers are available on Big Cartel as well. So the stickers are, like I said, are for restoring justice, but the shirts I wanted to vary it up and not just do all the same thing. So since, like I said, I want to keep the pressure on Houston, I want to make sure that we keep making our voices heard. That hey, we need to defund the police. We need to. There's a lot more than just reform that needs to happen, because a lot of reform it's kind of toothless. It's just kind of, I mean, honestly, bullshit. So there's a lot. If you go to 8toabolition.com, a lot of that's also on their shirt, because a lot of those things that are listed within there are important, like take police out of schools, put money into like healthcare, like invest in ourselves and invest in communities, things like that nature. So, anyways. So that's on the shirt, but the reason when I said brought up the shirt is going to go towards all the proceeds are going to go towards Black Lives Matter Houston. So unlike a lot of other things, when I say all proceeds, I mean like any money that goes to the shirts or the stickers, all of it is going to go. I'm not taking any money because I've been working this whole time. I don't necessarily need any money. I'm still working. I'm lucky, or I'm fortunate to be working. So any and all money that goes towards any of those products are going to go towards an organization, and a Houston organization as well.
Awesome.
Love it. Keep it in the community.
All right. Well, Theo, thank you so much for coming onto our show.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
I'm immediately going to go pre-order one of these shirts.
Hell yeah.
Very, very excited. Thanks again. And thank you all for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Another one down. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.